Hey everyone, how you doing today? Episode number 3 with Omar, as promised at the end of episode number 2, is a topic I have never talked about on this channel before. And frankly, after producing almost 3,500 videos, I don't say that very often. So how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this is going to be this one. I hope people feel the impact of this one. You know, I've been doing this a long time. A lot of this channel, a lot of the content could be interpreted as geared to, what would you do if you're in your 20s? What would you do if you're in the 30s? What we're going to do is we're going to realize, you know what? What happens if you start at 50, right? And oh, by the way, if you want, you can take 50 and make it 60. Real estate investing, being a real estate entrepreneur, changing jobs into real estate, becoming an agent, investor, flipper, whatever it is, there's no age limit. You don't go take a test and go, oh my God, you were born in X year. You can't do this. This isn't the NFL. It isn't the NHL. This isn't MLB. This isn't, NBA. I forget which one I forgot. But yeah, you don't have to be, a college senior to get into this. This is something you could do forever. And frankly, I look forward to doing it forever. So why don't we take this whole conversation and talk about somebody, I wish I had met in person, who started at 50, and let's tell his story a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it, Michael. So yeah, everybody sees everyone in real estate and in our profession. They start at 20, 30, 40, they get into it, they leave their jobs and they go full-time into real estate. And I see it here with my team. Yeah. Young kids starting and it's awesome to see. Now, imagine, time's different right now, but back, when my dad was alive, and he decided, him and my mom decided to go all in and open the dream of having a restaurant at 50 years old. Okay. At 50 years old, I'm 42 right now. Wow. 8 years from now, right, I decided to go all in with my wife and open a restaurant. Okay. Mind you, he's been in the hospitality business. He's been a server, waiter, the whole thing, maitre d', general manager. But he knew that his marketability, he's going to be a 50-year-old bartender. And it doesn't really sound and isn't, you can't just go get a job tomorrow at the bar next door. You can't at 50 years old. Sorry, because there's a 21-year-old that's ready and that, is going to take your position. Mm-hmm. So he had to see that. Just like you guys in the real estate business, you see the opportunity that you can grow and you can make it into a career. Well, he did the same thing, but he did it in the restaurant, which was his passion. And imagine 50 years old. I myself was 12 years old. Okay. My brother was 6 and my sister was 10. And decides to go all in at 50 years old to open up a restaurant that, mind you, takes a lot of courage, a lot of time. People say the real estate business is crazy. No, The restaurant business is it's the killer. Yeah. 85% of restaurants fail because of the labor, because of the margins are so small. Mm-hmm. And it puts things in perspective, guys, that if someone can go all in at 50 years old, and I'm not saying my dad was better than anybody, but he's my idol. So I can say whatever I want to say about him.
Yes.
And I don't know any other 50-year-old to start a restaurant, period. Yeah. And I know a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I was trying to think about it, knowing we were going to go this direction. And going all in, again, just think about that, right? I'm a whisper away from 50. Like the number. And to think about going, okay, we're going to roll the dice. I've got three kids, right? Under 15. I've kind of aged out of my profession, right? You're at the top end, right? Cause you younger, better, whatever. Right. That takes some balls. I mean, it just does. I mean, let's just be frank.
Straight up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, right? And so let's talk about that, right? So what does he do first? So I'm guessing he has a conversation with his wife, your mom, and says, honey, we got to go. He's probably has to raise some money. He probably has to find a location. He probably has to tell his wife, honey, you and I are going to be working day and night for the foreseeable future, right? You got to paint this vision. Oh, by the way, honey, kids are going to have to come here and work as well, right? Because we can't pay anybody.
For sure.
Right? I can already imagine these conversations. And let's be clear, your dad went all in, but let's give equal props to mom. Mom said, I'm in, let's go, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, you got to remember, dad's 50, mom's 36.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah.
Mom's 50 or dad's 50, mom's 36. He didn't even know how. He didn't know what, how, when, where, no location. He just had the vision. Customer comes in, says, hey, listen, I got this place called a place out in Apple Valley. It's a restaurant that someone's selling. Oh, okay, cool. And you can take over the lease. Oh, all right. Sounds good. Long story short, borrowed some money. Obviously, he's a bartender. He has no money.
Yes. Okay? Zero. Bartender, 3 kids and a wife, no money.
No money. I mean, seriously.
I mean, come on.
And let alone, we owned 1 home.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Okay. Yeah. And the thing is, like, he literally went all in. And I will tell you this one more thing. And me growing up, because I remember going to pick up rent across the street, we had moved to a little house. And then we ended up buying these 2 little homes for 30 grand across the street from us in this cul-de-sac. Okay. We couldn't give those houses away. And I remember this because I didn't know about real estate, but my dad would tell me he could not give the houses away because the market was so depressed. We had to make a choice to go all into the restaurant or save the houses.
Oh, wow.
And we let the houses go, or my parents let the houses go to go all into the restaurant. Wow. Imagine that at 50, you bought a couple properties and it didn't pan out.
Yeah.
We couldn't give them away for 30 grand.
Oh, folks,
we couldn't give them away for 30 grand. So how much more balls do you have letting 2 houses go across the street from your main home, literally across the street, because the vision was so clear at 50 years old that he has to produce more for his family.
Man, that's amazing. And what I want to tell you guys is you've got to be inspired by a story like this. I mean, I don't mean this to sound corny, but I mean it with every fiber of my body. That's the American dream. The ability to go on, in America, you can place the bet. America does not guarantee a return, right? Your dad could have just as easily washed out. Let's just be clear. Could have. It could have gone bad, right? I mean, it didn't. It turned out great. There's a happy ending to the whole story. But in America, that is a possibility. You take your chips, in this case, borrowed some chips, moved them to the center table and said, honey, let's spin the wheel.
Let's spin the wheel.
Right?
See where we land.
Let's see what happens. I don't know. But really what I wanted this to go to is you should be inspired by a story like that. But if you're 50 starting in real estate investing, you don't necessarily have to get anywhere close to that kind of gargantuan bet. You're talking about, if you're a 50-year-old, and I talk to you guys all the time, what happens if you start at 50? What happens if you start at 50? Well, let's just be frank. You probably got a couple of bucks in the bank.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you probably, I know the people that reach out to me go, hey, money's not the problem. I got the down payment. I'm like, you better have the freaking down payment. You're 50, right? You're not 22. Let's just have an honest conversation here, right? And, if you're 50 or 60, go get a 15-year note. I tell no one ever to get a 30-year or 15-year note. But you know what? If you're 55 or 60 or 50 and you want to be debt-free like Dave Ramsey says, screw it. Put an extra 10% down, get a 15-year loan, and congratulations, you're 15 years closer. I mean, there's so much power in this. In America, if you want to place, real estate investing is the best because it takes little slivers of time. I tell you, everybody, 10 to 20 minutes a day. That's all it takes. And you can learn your market. You're not going all in on a restaurant in Apple Valley with 3 kids. You're like, I'm going to go take 15, 20, maybe 50 grand, put it down on an asset with 30-year debt at under 4%. In an environment where inflation is 3, 4, 5%. And I'm going to use this as a savings account to make my retirement better. How? Jesus Christ, people, start at 50. It's okay. I mean, come on, really? keep busting your ass as a senior executive or a second line guy or gal, and go get 4. I tell you, 4 rentals, folks, change your life. You're 50 years old, go get 1 a year. If you have the financial ability, go get 2 a year for 2 years, then be done. Get 15-year mortgages on 4 properties, have 4 properties free and clear. In most markets, you've added somewhere between $700 and $1.2 million to your net worth when you're done at 65. How do you like me now?
Literally so simple.
Start at 50, no problem, right? It's no problem. Easy. I mean, can you imagine? I cannot imagine sitting across the kitchen table from Olivia going, honey, I'm going to get out of this profession. I'm going to go do that over there. Trust me, it'll all work out. Oh my God. Yeah, that was probably not in well.
Probably not. I mean, because we've already tasted it and everything else. It's just to give you guys that clarification, don't overcomplicate it. It's not like you have to have brass balls or anything to go do something, because it's just a little bit of time. You're not going all in an industry that primarily, goes out of business the first 4 or 5 years. All small businesses. Yeah. That's what happens. I mean, just look at the ratios, look at the percentages.
Do the work. Yeah.
Because most people don't want to do the work. And then the minute they get, they face challenges, they stop.
They sit down.
You don't think losing a couple houses across the street from you and deciding to let them go to keep the restaurant moving?
I couldn't imagine.
Like, exactly. So then you're complaining about, or people are complaining about, well, I'm too old to invest this, that, and the other. Really? It's so simple to get money. It's so easy to just to get a hard money loan, have a little bit of money, 6, 7, 8% on that. And the renter's still going to take care of the note. And then you, as the owner, have the appreciation of that property. I mean, it's fucking simple.
I know.
But we overcomplicate it because, oh my gosh, it's another house. I can't go get my Starbucks, or I can't go buy this one damn boat or this other car that I really want that I spend $1,000 a month on. Forget about it.
Yeah.
And if you don't want it bad enough and you don't want to do the work like Michael's sweatshirt says, then find something different.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Just frankly, save the time. Stop thinking about it. If you don't want to do the work, I show you the journey. Real estate investing has proven over hundreds of years to be the surest way to wealth for the average person. I've now given you a journey. I tell you how to do it. I've taken time off the table because it's under 20 minutes a day. And if you don't want to do it, great, go do something else. Just stop. Again, you can do this business at 50, 55, 60, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
And I love this topic because it does, it resonates obviously with, my siblings, my mom, what's happening. We lost our dad, and it does show that, like, damn, he seriously went all in, and we have the ultimate literally ability, being in this real estate journey, to compound everything that he's taught us and everything else. And it's like, it's awesome.
Let me just say it this way. If your dad's risk was 100, right? We'll just use that as a scale. If you're one of the dozens of people that reach out to me weekly saying, hey, can I do this at 50 or 55 or 60? If you go back and listen to the story that Omar shared with us, and that risk is 100, getting started in real estate investing as your side hustle focused daily execution is a 1 or a 2. Let's just put that scale in perspective. It's not riskless, but it's a 1 or a 2. I mean, come on, let's get real. We're not telling you to quit your job. We're not telling you to take all of your savings. We're not telling you to borrow money. We're telling you take some of your savings, diversify, go get 30-year fixed rate debt, make sure it cash flows. If you want to get a 15-year mortgage, get a 15-year mortgage. All right. We're not telling you to, go borrow on margin and go, 500% the other direction. I mean, Jesus Christ, crazy, right?
It's crazy. Everybody, I mean, we complicate it.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
Just get 4. If you're 50, get 4. That is your number. Stop talking about hundreds. Don't talk about thousands. Go get 4. After you get 4, reach out to me. Then we'll talk about what's next.
God, so easy.
Dude, Omar, I love this.
And I'm going to Yeah, I'm gonna take your advice right now and do the same. And it's like, I'll get another one.
Yeah.
Maybe now get for a year.
Yeah.
And then literally, but at what point do you stop? So I'm gonna start trading into multi-units. So
I love it. This is so much fun. Dude, I appreciate all three of these conversations. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right.
you too. Thanks, Michael.
Yep.